So the Philadelphia 76ers will be taking on the Brooklyn Nets tonight in Philadelphia. This is a matchup of the top two teams in the Eastern Conference. The last time these two teams met was also in Philadelphia. It was an easy win for the Sixers as the Nets only had James Harden. I'm going to be previewing this game tonight, so let's get into it. So the Sixers are coming off a win versus the Dallas Mavericks in which Embiid was completely dominant with 36 points in 26 minutes. There was not a single player on the Dallas Mavericks that could come close to stopping him. Cauley-Stein woke Embiid's Embiid just kind of went off on Cauley-Stein after you saw Cauley-Stein kind of threw him to the ground. Embiid got up and he was right at it. It woke him up and he just completely he went insane.
Fouls too. Embiid inside gets two and a foul.
He took over the game offensively, defensively. Joel Embiid played like a true MVP last night, and we're going to need that to continue into this game if we're going to win. As Andre Drummond in the Lakers versus Nets game, I noticed, like I talked about in my previous video, Andre Drummond really killed the Nets defense, and this is what I've been saying. This is what a lot of Sixers fans have been saying. There's no one on the Nets team that can stop Embiid in the playoffs. If they can't stop Andre Drummond, they're not going to be able to stop Joel Embiid in the 7-game series. So that's one of the big advantages I think the Sixers have over this Nets team. I'm going to just look for Embiid to be more dominant, getting to his spots, scoring in the paint, playing really great defense, protecting the rim, and hitting his mid-range shots like we've been seeing more and more recently in the season. Because apparently, I heard in the last game, I think the announcer said he was the best mid-range scorer in the NBA this season. He scores the most points from the mid-range area per game. So that's really impressive from a 7-foot center. In my opinion, let's just look for him to keep up his MVP dominance. We already know how dominant he is. We already know about it. Move on to the next thing I want to talk about would be Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, again, it's so difficult to talk about Ben Simmons each and every time. It's you just want to see more from him, but you see nice triple single that he had. Ben Simmons, he played good defense on Luka Doncic, I think, in this game. Luka had 32, but you could see Ben was really in his head. Luka struggled against Ben pretty much their whole careers. And Ben kind of just lives in there rent-free, you know what I'm saying? It was a tough 32 points. Ben played really good defense on when Ben was guarding him. He didn't do all that well. And Ben, in my opinion, is the defensive player of the year. He just said he's the defensive player of the year, and I agree completely. I think Ben Simmons is the defensive player of the year. I'm not questioning Ben Simmons' defense. What I question is his scoring ability mostly. He's a great playmaker. We already know that. My thoughts are that he just needs to be more aggressive going at the rim. I don't understand why he doesn't. This is what I've been saying for the past few videos. I've been talking about Simmons. I'm he just needs to be more aggressive going at the rim. It was great to see him take those jump shots, but I knew it wasn't going to continue. I said it. He didn't do any. He only scored 8 points in this game. And in the first half, he was attacking. And yeah, I guess you could say he didn't really need him to score all that much to win this game because Joel Embiid really took over. Simmons was doing all the other things in the game. I just want to see him look for his own shot a little bit more. It's not that much to ask a 6'10", 240-pound freaking fastest guy on the freaking court to go down and just give me 18 points. It's not that much to ask, is it? I really don't think it is. No one can stop him. I don't understand why he doesn't look for his own shot more on the offensive end of the court. Other than that, he's great. I just wish he would look for his own shot more. That's what I think a lot of Sixers fans want from him this year. But this is another thing I want to talk about. So this game, to start off, is just it was supposed to be a really big test for the Sixers, and I don't understand why these things keep happening. So apparently Kevin Durant is he might not play. By the time this video comes out, maybe it'll be determined, but I don't know right now. He might not play versus Sixers. And Kyrie Irving also is still his availability is still in question. Kyrie, personal issues, Irving. I hate the notion of players just taking time off if they're healthy. I just don't like it. I really don't. Especially, because the KD thing I kind of get. It's annoying, but I kind of get it because he's, coming off an injury and he's going to be in a back-to-back. So there's that. And James Harden's obviously not playing this game either. But Kyrie Irving, if you're available to play, you should play. If you're healthy, you should play. I don't understand this personal issues crap. I don't get it. That's why I don't have a problem. As much as I want KD to play this game, I don't have a problem if they decide to sit him because the Sixers did similar things with Embiid. I don't get, oh, well, I'm not feeling it today, so I'm not going to play. Like, that mindset that I feel like Kyrie Irving has. Like, I don't get it with him sometimes. He's such a weird player. So, that out of the way, this was supposed to be a really big test, and it probably won't be anymore, and it's super unfortunate. But either way, this is still a really big game, because if we win this game, we'll have the tiebreaker over them for record, and it'll be a really good thing for us to have over them if it comes down to like tiebreakers and things like that. So on the Nets side, I don't really know what to talk about players wise, because I don't even know who's playing. So I guess if Kevin Durant is playing, which I hope he does, because I just want this to be like a test, you know. If Kevin Durant is playing, Ben Simmons is obviously going to be matched up on him. I'm just looking for Ben Simmons to play the best possible defense he can play on Kevin Durant. And I hope this is probably a playoff preview matchup. Let's be real. So I'm trying to see how Ben Simmons guards KD. You know, obviously we haven't seen KD play the Sixers in 2 years. So I'm just looking forward to seeing that matchup in this game. And Kevin Durant's obviously three-level scorer. Probably some people say he's the greatest scorer of all time. I don't know where I would put him. I would probably have to think about it a little bit more and get back to you. But he's definitely up there for best scorers in NBA history. So he's going to be a tough guard, obviously. So just look for them to throw a bunch of different people. So like Ben Simmons will probably shadow him like he shadowed Luka Doncic against the Mavericks in that game. But yeah. So just look for that matchup. That's a key matchup to watch. No excuses, must-win game. This is the other top team in the Eastern Conference. We want to get the first seed. We want to establish that lead over them, no matter who's playing. You know, as much as it sucks that they're not going to be at full strength for this game. It's a no excuse, must-win game for the Sixers. Even if they both play, we still have to win this game because, again, we want to get out to that lead in the Eastern Conference. This will give us a tiebreaker over them. And I still think we have the better team than the Nets, to be honest with you. Even if James Harden does play, obviously, if you look on paper, the Nets' talent is undeniable. Their offensive talent is undeniable. The Sixers, their matchups, and the way they match up with the Nets, I think, is the most favorable matchup of any team in the NBA. And the chemistry of the Sixers, I think, is one of the best in the NBA. I think their chemistry is much better than the Nets in that regard, just because they haven't played enough games together on the Nets side. And the Sixers have obviously had a lot more time together to really, grow their connection and on-court chemistry as well as off-court chemistry. They've had a long time to grow that. And I just think the pieces fit really well with the Sixers team. So that's why I think it's a better team in general than the Brooklyn Nets. Most people probably disagree with me. I don't care. You can say whatever. But that's just my opinion. I do expect the Sixers to win this game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be close. I feel like we've been in a lot of blowouts recently on both sides. So let's just look for the Sixers to come out and win this game and do it convincingly, because I don't feel like being in a close game versus what I feel like is going to be the G League Nets. So that's pretty much all I got for this video. So if you want to check out some of my other content, you can check that out. If you really want to support me and my channel, hit the like button and just subscribe. If you want to see more of the sports talk content, mixes, hype videos, whatever you want, I got it. That's all I got for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.